Hi everyone. In Pre-Calculus, Chapter 4, Lesson 1, we talk about exponential functions, and this is the video that's going to review how to graph them. So we've been given a function to graph. It says graph f of x equals 3 to the x, and then we're going to use some transformations to create these three other graphs. So for 3 to the x, we basically just pick x values, put them in, and get y values. So I'm going to start off with the easy one. 3 to the 0 power is 1. And every single exponential function that has not been transformed, which means horizontally shifted, stretched, or compressed, will go through that point 0, 1. Okay, 3 to the first power is 3. So I'll put a point up here at 3. 3 to the second power is 9. So I'll put a point up here at 9. And 3 to the third power is 27, which would be way off my graph. So I can't do 3 to the third. But I need to try some negative values as well. Always try some negative values, a 0, and then some positive values. So I can do -1. 3 to the -1 is actually 1/3, which is a little less than 1/2, like that. It's like 0.3. I can do -2, which is 1/9, which is like 0.1. And it's going to keep going this way. It's never actually going to touch my x-axis. The x-axis is a horizontal asymptote for my graph. So that is my 3 to the x function. And you'll notice that all exponential functions have the same general shape. Sometimes they're tall on this side and they come down that way. That's when you generally have a fraction here. And sometimes they could be flipped in other ways. But you'll see that when we go over our transformations. So for our first transformation, we have 3 to the x plus 1. So notice this is not happening to the variable, which is up here. It's happening on the outside. So this is a vertical translation, and it's gone up by 1. So I take each point, and I just move it up 1, like this. This goes up 1. This goes up 1, and this goes up 1. Even my horizontal asymptote, the x-axis, technically did go up 1. So that is my new function. You know what? I'm going to make it a little dashed line so that you can tell the difference between that and my parent function. There we go, dashed line. Okay, so that is A. Okay, now for B, they gave me -3 to the x. Notice this is not happening to my variable, so it's not a horizontal change. This is a vertical change, and the negative sign means a reflection. So it's a vertical reflection, also known as an x-axis reflection. So that means each point for my parent function is going to be flipped over. So where I used to have +1, now it's going to be -1. +3 is going to be -3. +9 is -9. And then +1/3 is going to be -1/3. And +1/9 is going to be -1/9. So this time I'll remember to do the dotted line. This is my new function. Okay, and that's B. And finally C. Notice this is happening to the variable now. So this is a horizontal change. And they're adding or subtracting, so it's a translation. And it says -1. And remember, the horizontal translations are always the opposite that you would expect. I would expect this to be 1 and in the negative direction, so left 1. But guess what? It's going to be right 1. So all I'm going to do is take each point and move it to the right 1. This one used to be at 0, now it's at 1. This one used to be at 1, now it's at 2. This one used to be at 2, now it's at 3. This one moves over, and the other one moves over. So this is my final graph. There it is. It's the graph of C. Okay, so that's how you graph an exponential function. Now, just remember that this is a whole number, so when you work with fractions, these negative exponents will flip the fraction. So like if this had been the graph of 1/3 x, okay, my x's and y's, watch what's going to happen. 1/3 to the 0 power is still 1, but 1/3 to the first power is 1/3. Second power is 1/9. Okay, notice what's going on here. And then if I go to the negative 1 power, I'll get positive 3. Negative 2 power will be positive 9. So notice it's going to start high over here at 9 and come down to 3, down to here, and go that way. Okay, so just be aware of that when you're graphing fractions with the variables as their exponents. So that's it for this video. Make sure you watch the other video about the other things that you need to know about exponential functions.